tweaking my goal. What does that mean? Well, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. Hello. Well, I know it's not my regular day to video, but I thought I would drop in here this morning because I had some time to do it and catch you up on how I've been doing these last 2 weeks. As you may remember, the last time I filmed, which was the 1st of May, I had explained that I had brought some kind of illness back with me from Utah. Well, even though the symptoms were much better, I was feeling better, I thought, when I made that last video. I did have some residual effects of whatever it was that I brought back. In the fact that each day at about 1 o'clock, I was exhausted. Now, I don't know why. I never figured out exactly what was wrong with me. I did think it was just a really bad cold because it was mainly in my sinuses, but it continued to linger on, so it may have been that dreaded virus or the newest strain, whatever it is, because I never took a test or anything like that. But I also never ran a fever, never lost my sense of taste or smell, so that's why I didn't think that it was the dreaded virus that goes around quite often. Anyway, I am feeling better now. I have a lot more energy in the afternoon. I found myself a few times where after lunch it was all I could do to do simple functions like doing a little bit of housework, or I don't sleep in the daytime, but I did have to rest so that I would be able to prepare something for supper. And that's just not like me. I mean, ever since I retired from my regular job, I've always tried to stay relatively fit. Now, not so much before I started Weight Watchers in 2014, but I still had some activity. And whatever I'm in the process of getting over, it was very hard to do that. There were a few days where I pushed myself to go outside and walk so that I might feel better. And sure enough, each day when I would go out and walk, couldn't walk very far, but I did walk, I did feel better after I did it. Well, I was going to make that a real short story, and it's turned out to be long. Sorry about that. Let me catch you up on how I've been since the 1st of May. May the 2nd, I believe, was the last time that I told y'all what I had weighed. And I weighed in on May the 2nd at 123.6. And then I made the video, I think that next Monday, and that was the latest weight that I had. Well, when I weighed in on May the 9th, I weighed 122.4. Now, the only way that I can explain that loss is I didn't feel well, and so my appetite was at a minimum, and I just didn't eat probably as well as I should have. Well, that changed over the weekend. I began to feel better that weekend of May the 10th, 11th, 12th, Mother's Day. So when I got on the scale this past Thursday, I weighed in at 125 even. Now, normally I would be upset that I had gained over 2 pounds, but I have shared with y'all several times that my happy weight is between 123 and 125. So 125 is still my happy weight. So it would be bad of me to be mad or be unhappy because I'm still in my happy weight. And I actually am still weighing in on Mondays. I don't record it, but I make note of it. And I was down about 2/10 of a pound yesterday. So I'm fine with what my weight is right now. Now, I don't want it to get out of hand again, like it has so many times in these last 3 years. So I have to stay on top of it, and that's my topic for today. I have a new goal. As most of you remember, I set a goal for myself to be in my happy weight, or maybe just a little bit below, before I went to Utah on the 21st of April. I achieved it, barely. 1 week before, I got under the 123. I believe when I left to go to Utah, I was right at 123, but I was fine with that. And I've been able to, this whole month, stay within that happy weight. So I have to, like I said earlier, be happy. But now here's a challenge. I have to set me a new goal. I may have even mentioned this back in January or February, that my granddaughter is getting married in November. And I wanted to be in my happy weight for November when she gets married. And that seemed daunting to me. And so I was really glad that I came up with this short-term goal of going to Utah. So now that I've accomplished that and that's over with, what do I do now? How do I set a new goal that resembles the one I had at the first of the year? Because I have now purchased a dress. Now, whether this is the dress that I'm going to wear in the wedding, I don't know for sure. But I bought one that was the exact right size for what I am right now. So that is my next goal, to stay in that dress, to be able to fit in that dress until my granddaughter gets married in November. Now, whether that's the dress I'm going to wear or not, that's the dress that I'm going to make sure fits. And so each month, around the 9th of the month, I will probably try the dress on to make sure it still fits. And that's going to be how I'm going to tweak the goal of staying in this weight range until November. I will try that dress on each month. And the whole reason I'm sharing this with you is sometimes we have to set longer term goals. And when we do that, I find that I have a lot more success if I break those goals into little smaller, shorter time frames. For example, when I was trying to lose weight, it was a hard thing for me to look at the initial 75 pounds that I wanted to lose. I mean, 75 pounds was just almost overwhelming to me. I didn't see how I was going to do it. So early on, I decided if I can lose at least 5 pounds a month, I'll be okay with it. I had no idea how long it was going to take me to lose it, but that was a short-term goal that I knew if I continued to achieve those each month, I would eventually reach my long-term goal. And so if you've got a goal that seems overwhelming, like you need to lose 75 or 100 pounds, break it up into increments of 5 or 10 pounds, and then it won't seem so unsurmountable. So that's what I'm going to do from now until November. I'm going to break up this goal for once a month. I will try that dress on. And if it begins to get tight, let's say in August, I'll know I've got to buckle down and do something about it. Sometimes maintenance for me has been harder than losing weight. And I mean, I've shared that so many times that sometimes I wish I had a better understanding of maintenance. I know how much I should be eating, but sometimes I don't. I hope you'll check in with me as these months evolve around and find out whether I stick to the goal, achieve the goal, or whatever happens. I sure hope I'm not going to have to buy a new dress in September or October. By the way, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, I wish you would consider subscribing. Leave a comment below. Let me know how you tweak your goals. I may not have thought of all the reasons or all the challenges that I may be facing these next few months, and I can always use feedback. And finally, if you think anyone would benefit from any of these videos that I make, please share. Until next time, God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye.